Shedding pounds without trying might sound like a dream come true for some, but when the scale starts dipping without any change in your habits, it's a sign you shouldn't sleep on. As we age, our bodies naturally shift gears. Metabolism slows, and for most, dropping extra weight feels like pushing a boulder uphill. So, when you're eating the same hearty meals, sticking to your usual walks, and still watching the numbers on the scale plummet, it's time to perk up and pay attention. This kind of weight loss doesn't come with fanfare. Maybe your favorite jacket feels a bit roomier, or you catch your reflection and notice your face looking sharper, cheekbones more pronounced. It's subtle, creeping in so gradually you might not clock it until your jeans are practically sliding off. But beneath that quiet change, doctors warn it could be a signal of something serious stirring. Take Emily, a 69-year-old retired teacher from Chicago. She was delighted when her dresses started fitting looser over a few months. No crash diets, no gym marathons, just her usual routine of homemade soups and evening crossword puzzles. At first, she thought it was a perk of her golden years, maybe her body finally figuring itself out. But then she noticed her daily strolls to the local cafe left her more drained than usual, her legs heavier, her breath a bit shorter. Her daughter pointed out she looked thinner than ever, almost frail, and that was the nudge Emily needed to visit her doctor. Tests revealed an underlying condition that demanded attention, and catching it early gave her a fighting chance to get back to her vibrant self. Stories like Emily's highlight why this sign is so tricky. It's easy to celebrate it first, especially in a world that cheers slimmer figures. But when the pounds vanish without effort, it's not always a victory lap. It could be your body waving a red flag, whispering, "Hey, something's off here." Doctors often point to unexplained weight loss as one of the earliest clues of trouble, potentially tied to heavy hitters like cancers, chronic infections, or issues with organs like your liver or kidneys. These conditions can rev up your body's energy demands, burning through calories faster than you can reload, or they might quietly sap your appetite without you noticing. Picture your body as a car suddenly guzzling gas on a short drive. It's running a race you didn't sign up for, using up fuel reserves at an alarming rate. This isn't just about losing a few pounds. It's about what's driving that loss. Maybe you're not as hungry for your favorite lasagna, or you're skipping seconds without thinking twice. These shifts can be so gradual, they blend into the background of your daily life. But they're critical clues. What makes this so critical to catch? It's not just the weight, it's the ripple effects. You might feel weaker, like your usual errands are more taxing. Maybe you're sleeping more but still dragging. Or perhaps you're noticing other oddities, like a slight tremor in your hands or a stomach that feels off after meals. These are all pieces of the puzzle, and when paired with unexplained weight loss, they could point to something your doctor needs to investigate. The good news? Simple tests can often pinpoint the cause, whether it's a thyroid acting up, a nutrient deficiency, or something that needs more urgent care. The key is not brushing it off. We're wired to see weight loss as a win, but when it's uninvited, it's worth a second look. Imagine someone like John, a 72-year-old from Denver, who noticed his belts needed tightening over a few months. He hadn't changed his routine, still grilling burgers on weekends and hiking with his grandkids. At first, he chalked it up to stress from moving to a new place. But when his energy tanked, and his wife mentioned he looked a bit hollow, he got curious. A checkup uncovered a digestive issue that was quietly stealing his nutrients. With treatment, John was back to his trailblazing self. But his story is a reminder, your body's dropping hints, and it's on you to listen. If this sounds familiar, don't wait for a neon sign. Jot down what you're noticing. When did the weight loss start? Are you eating less without meaning to? Feeling off in other ways? These details help your doctor zero in on what's up. And don't let embarrassment hold you back. Your doc's there to help, not judge. Think of it like a check engine light on your car's dashboard. Ignore it, and you're risking a breakdown. Act early, and you're more likely to catch a small fix before it's a big repair. So, if the scale's dropping for no clear reason, don't just high-five yourself. Dig deeper. Your health's worth the effort. Then there's tiredness, and I mean the kind that sinks into your bones and won't budge, no matter how much you sleep. This isn't the groggy haze after a late-night movie binge or the slump from a packed day of errands. It's a heavy, unshakable exhaustion that makes simple tasks like brewing your morning coffee or walking to the mailbox feel like scaling a mountain. As we age, it's normal to ease up a bit, maybe take a little longer to bounce back. But this kind of fatigue, it's in a different league, like your body's battery is stuck on low, refusing to recharge no matter how much you rest. Doctors flag this relentless drain as a sign your system might be fighting a hidden battle. And it's one of the most overlooked signals out there. Picture Margaret, a 73-year-old from Vancouver, always up at dawn tending her flower garden or baking for her book club. But over a few months, she started waking up feeling like she'd run a marathon in her sleep. Even after a solid 9 hours, she'd drag herself to her cozy armchair, tea in hand, and still feel like she could nod off. At first, she blamed it on the rainy season, or maybe her old mattress. But when the exhaustion started stealing her joy, her roses went unpruned, her baking trays gathered dust, she knew something was wrong. A visit to her doctor revealed her heart wasn't pumping as efficiently as it should. With the right treatment, Margaret started feeling like her old self, tending her garden with gusto. Her story's a wake-up call. This isn't just aging, it's a clue. What makes this fatigue so sneaky is how it creeps into every corner of your life. You might find yourself needing a breather after folding laundry or walking the dog. Maybe you're dozing off in the afternoon, even when you don't mean to. Or you're just not jazzed about things you used to love, like catching up with friends or tinkering in the garage. These are signs your body could be grappling with something big. Think heart issues, lung problems, or even a chronic infection quietly taxing your system. It's like your body's shouting, "I'm working overtime here," but in a whisper you might miss if you're not tuned in. The tricky part? So many of us write this off as just getting older. You might catch yourself saying, "I'm not 40 anymore." And that's fair. Our energy shifts with time. But there's a difference between slowing down and feeling like you're wading through quicksand every day. If you're noticing other changes like shortness of breath, a drop in appetite, or just a sense that your spark's gone dim, those are extra reasons to loop in a pro. Don't wait for the fatigue to become unbearable. Catching it early can mean simpler fixes, like tweaking a vitamin deficiency or addressing a bigger issue before it snowballs. Consider Tom, a 70-year-old from Boston, who loved his early morning jogs along the Charles River. But he started feeling like his legs were lead, even on short runs. He'd crash on the couch post-jog, unable to shake the fog. He figured it was just the years catching up until his wife noticed he was napping more and seemed off. A checkup pointed to a thyroid issue, and with meds, Tom was back pounding the pavement. His tale shows how easy it is to dismiss this sign, but also how catching it can flip the script. If this hits home, don't just push through. Talk to your doctor and share specifics. When does the tiredness hit hardest? Any other quirks, like dizziness or a racing heart? These details are gold for pinning down the cause. It could be something straightforward or a signal of something needing more urgent care. Your body's sending an SOS, don't hit snooze on it. Oh, and if you're vibing with this, drop a 2 in the comments to let me know you're here. Haven't subscribed yet? Hit that button and ring the bell so you don't miss a thing. Your support keeps us rolling with more content to keep you in the know. Imagine this. You're tying your shoes or carrying a bag of groceries, and suddenly you're gasping like you just sprinted a mile. This isn't about being winded after a workout or hauling heavy yard tools. It's struggling to breathe during everyday tasks that used to be a breeze. Maybe it's making the bed, strolling to the car, or chatting with a neighbor. At first, it might just be a quick pause to catch your breath. But if it's happening more often, your body's trying to get your attention. Doctors warn that this kind of shortness of breath can point to serious issues with your heart or lungs. And it's not something to brush off as just aging. Take James, a 75-year-old from Manchester, who loved his evening walks through the park, waving to dog walkers and soaking in the twilight. But he started needing to stop halfway, puffing even on flat paths. He figured he was just out of shape or having an off week. But when climbing a few stairs to his flat left him winded, he got worried. His doctor found his lungs weren't working as well as they should, and treatment got him back to his strolls, even adding a spring to his step. James's story shows how sneaky this sign can be. It starts small, but it can grow into something you can't ignore. Why is this so critical? Your heart and lungs are your body's oxygen delivery team, and when they're struggling, even light activity can leave you gasping. You might notice other clues, like a tight chest, dizzy spells, or swelling in your legs or ankles. These are puzzle pieces your doctor can use to figure out what's up. The key is tracking how often it happens and how long it takes to feel normal again. If you're fine 1 minute and panting the next, or if catching your breath takes longer than it used to, that's a signal to act. It's tempting to say, well, I'm not 30 anymore, and let it slide. But if routine tasks are leaving you breathless, that's not just the years piling on, it's your body asking for help. Consider Lisa, a 71-year-old from Portland, who noticed she was huffing after carrying laundry upstairs. She loved her weekly hikes, but even those started feeling tougher, with more stops to admire the view. She brushed it off as needing to get back in shape, but when her husband pointed out she seemed out of breath just talking, she booked a doctor's visit. Tests showed a heart valve issue, and with care, Lisa was back to her trails. Her experience underscores how easy it is to miss this sign, but also how acting on it can make all the difference. Don't wait for it to get worse. A quick checkup could reveal something simple, like asthma or an allergy, or catch a bigger issue early enough to manage. Think of it like a smoke detector chirping you. Don't ignore it, you check it out. Paying attention to your breathing keeps you active, confident, and ready to dive into the things you love. If this resonates, toss a 3 in the comments to let me know you're with me. Not subscribed yet? Smash that button and turn on notifications so you stay in the loop. Your support helps us keep bringing you content that matters. Here's the deal. Your body's always talking, and it's up to you to listen. These 3 signs, unexplained weight loss, relentless fatigue, and shortness of breath, aren't here to scare you. They're reminders to tune in and take action if something feels off. It's so easy to chalk these up to aging, but your body's smarter than that. It knows how to send up flares when it needs help. Catching these early can mean getting the care you need to keep living life to the fullest. So, what hit home for you today? Have you noticed any of these in yourself or someone close? Maybe you're thinking about keeping a closer eye on your energy or booking that doctor's visit you've been putting off. Drop a comment below and share your thoughts, what you learned, what you're going to do next. Your stories spark this community and keep us fired up to bring you more. If this hit the mark, give it a like, hit subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear it. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.